Shalom everyone, Joshua here, and on today's mission, I'm on this 2005 Toda Corolla 1ZZFE, and as you can see, I am well good up into the mix of doing a head gasket replacement. It's all pretty straightforward, folk. Just disassemble everything, all the things. Wiring harness and hoses and all the such and such. And yeah, I still got to get that a little bit more out of the way there so I can put the head back on in a bit. But anyway, it appears on the head gasket, which I'll show y'all in a moment, it was blown here between 3 and 4. As you can see, actually, looks cleaner there than it does there or there. Damn, so it's pretty much what my suspicions were, judging by a couple diagnostic tests that were performed. But anywho, that is that. One pro tip on this. If you're going to do one of these, and of course this applies for like a 2ZZ, 2GR, or something else, you're going to need the fancy head bolt socket, okay? It's a 12-point Torx. Heavens to mercy what the real name of it's called, because if you try and look this up online, it's silly. However, I was very fortunate. A good friend of mine had one because he worked on silly European nonsense, because the Germans keep attacking us forever with their blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but so yeah, this from a European toolkit worked swimmingly for the head gasket bolts, which are, boom, over here, peeps, over here. So yeah, if you're going to do this, pro tip, have the fancy tool. Anyway, now it appears that the head gasket was blown right there. As you can see, pretty clear up to there, pretty clear up to there, although, oh, wait a minute, I don't know. It's pretty not so looking good spot there. But everything was indicating it was a 3-4, so between that and that, who knows, something terrible. There's the bottom side of it. Oh yeah, that was all shabba, dude. Not too bad. Gotta say though, 200,000 plus miles on it. Head looks pretty good. Wish I could really take the time to do a thorough deep cleaning of this. Unfortunately, time does not allot for that, so it'll just have to get the best good cleanings I can do and a whole lot of prayer to make sure that the head's even good, because I still have to check the surface level down here, peeps. That's the main shenanigans. As a matter of fact, this is what you do, peeps. This is professional grade right here. And you just shine a light down the back side, and as you come along, you look for light coming out from under yonder there at all your contact points. And that is how you do a quick surface check. And you can do that on the head as well. Of course, in this case, got to pull all the buckets out before I go flipping the head upside down, because otherwise they'd spill out. That'd be silly. They'd be all out of order. And then that could turn into a total debacle. So yeah, before I go check the surface, yep, got to take those buckets out. And you want to know something? Scope it, peeps. Boop. Just like that. So yeah, take all those out. Keep them in order, peeps. Keep them in order. That is muy importante. Probably one of the most significant points, because they're worn to their Pacific spots, peeps. Did you hear that? Pacific. Not Atlantic. Pacific, peeps. Okay? Okay. So, gonna get all that squared away. That is the mission. And, yeah, so just make sure you have the little tool, the fancy tool, when you're doing this. Otherwise, it's just a whole bunch of disconnecting stuff. So, stay tuned, and I'll let you know what happens when I check the surface. Got to clean it up, though. Make sure I'm getting accurate eyeball on there. Make sure my ichrometer is doing good. All right, check y'all shortly. Got a little bit of daylight there. Kind of not pleased with that. Yeah, a little bit of light. Really should have the head resurfaced. I'm actually going to call in a buddy on this who has a little more experience, but yeah. So that's number 3 and 4 back there. And just not pleased with the amount of light I am seeing pass right in this area where the head gasket was blown. And even the slightest little bit of warping here can cause a premature head gasket failure upon replacement. So, oof, yeah, peeps, oof.